Hey everyone, welcome to the ESL Weekly Cup, number 81. Hello Nick, how are you? You alright? Oh, hello. You didn't hear me during that because my TeamSpeak is muted for you, apparently.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. So, you've been talking?
Yeah, I'm live on stream.
Nice. So the people may have seen my puzzled face. I didn't hear Jebro just now.
Depending on whether or not you look like you're puzzled most of the time.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
or just quizzical.
Quizzical. Let's get quizzical.
It's a good start for Weekly Cup. The randomness is approaching, as well as the first game, which is going to be the semi-final red team versus something with Crash. I just had it. May the Crash be with you.
To be honest, something with Crash actually sounds like a really good name.
Something with Crash.
Yeah, I like it. We can stick with it. Or we can just call it Crash.
Yeah, Crash.
Crash all good. Right, okay. So, let's go into game. Of course, blue team will be playing on the red team. No, red team will be playing on the blue team, rather. As we go through these builds, first of all, we're going to go through the warrior, who is going to be Flims Slack. Slack is definitely his name. Sharpo Warrior. He's going to be playing usual utility. Wow. Today, nice. Elite as well is going to be the banner. Foxy Proxy is going to be playing Dagger Pistol for the Panic Strike, of course, with the usual utilities there, as well as going to the Guardian. He's going to play Meditation Hammer Guardian, of course, with the Pack Rune. He's going to be playing usual utilities and traits there as well. Helm is going to be playing a Bunker Guardian, but not as you know it, sir. Not as you know it. I know this build very well. It's very good. It's not altruistic healing.
Indomitable Courage.
It is a little bit squishier than altruistic healing, because obviously in altruistic healing, when you're giving boons, you get healing yourself. So with that healing taken away, you're still doing a lot of support to your team though. So you're still going for a pure voice.
It's a bit more of a selfish build, more for your own survival rather than supporting your team.
Well, this one?
Yeah.
No, altruistic healing is.
Oh damn! Yeah, it is.
This one is more. Well, this one is even more. Well, you could argue both, really, because altruistic healing is still kind of keeping yourself alive so that you can support your team, which is really what the intention of that is. Because if you're not with your team, altruistic healing is complete waste. So he can be on his own with this build, but still, it might be a little bit of a waste. Have to go to his amulet to see, but Indomitable Courage is good. You can see he's got his sword out there, which is great for the flashing blade, which is a good teleport if they are roaming the map and he needs to get on point quickly. You can use that teleport to get back onto the position quite quickly. Shield's always nice, of course. Did you see Tage using that when he does choose to go into this kind of build? We're going for the Cleric's Amulet, so it's full supporty. Don't
you normally... I mean, if I remember this build correctly, and it's been a while since I've seen any kind of Bunker Guardian. I mean, okay, here and there we see some people experimenting with that, if that still works, but it's been a while. Don't you normally, on an Indomitable Courage build, take lower cooldown on Consecrations and take Sanctuary, for example, with you?
It's really up to the person. I mean, if you're going to go for shouts, which is definitely at the moment what is better, Sanctuary is not as useful nowadays, I'd say. I mean, it could be, but with this build, I think as long as you're going for pure voice, in honor. Consecrations, I'd say, would almost be better going for altruistic healing, but going out of honor, because you don't need that pure voice. So you could go, you could go 6-2-6 instead of 2-6-6. I used to play this build a lot, actually. It is very fun. You get a lot of stability through this build with Indomitable Courage and also with Stand Your Ground, which is great. And then you obviously get another recharge through Renewed Focus, and you can use that Virtue of Courage to get stability as well. I mean, look at the boons that come out from the Virtues. It's really good. Virtues line is pretty hot right now.
Yeah, I definitely like the Indomitable Courage build, just because it's so handy to just have an pretty much always when you need it. You can just go and get the stability 100%.
Exactly, yeah, and it's not only you, it's to your allies as well. So if it does get ripped off, at least someone's got it to get the stability stomp. Which, you know, is always, stability is always missing unless you've got even a DPS Guardian, because you've still got Indomitable Courage, but that's where your stability source is really coming from, unless you've got a stance coming out from a warrior, of course, but then that's completely selfish. So at the moment, we can go to the blue team to go over 2 members. Where is everyone?
Apparently Rena has some internet problems and is at the moment trying to fix that.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but still the other people could maybe go into the arena.
The people!
The people! Really? Are you quoting the Gamescom video?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I'll watch it sometimes. When I'm very bored.
Me too.
I'm joking.
Yeah, no, kind of the same for me actually.
It's almost that time of the year again though, so Gamescom hype.
You can kind of relive the memories.
Yeah, and not cry.
Memories. Okay, I'm not gonna sing.
You sure?
Yeah.
You feeling that keen? If you can, then well.
Nah. I kind of don't want to get rid of all other viewers.
Okay, Hector Wolf. Wow, that's a name. Later. Yeah, maybe. Okay, Hector Wolf. No, is actually gone for mirror images there instead of the portal, of course, which was so it's opting to go for a little bit more burst damage, of course, because he's going to get availability to 2 more clones. So you know this is kind of good because a lot of Mesmers actually go for portal. And we see, I'm not saying that he is not good at portal plays, but a lot of Mesmers go for portal just because they feel like it's something they should use. Whereas I think if you're not very good at using portal, especially in competitive situations, just don't use it.
Which I think is always very dependent on not simply the Mesmer, but the entire team. Needs to be able to properly play around that portal.
Correct.
And it might just be a bit of a waste if you're not able to.
And if they've got a bunker, like a Guardian bunker, maybe they're just going to play 2 points and they don't want to be that mobile. So,
just
you know, they don't
really
need
defensively.
Yeah. So,
by
like
the way,
extra damage
brilliant guild tech. Acme.
Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah.
Now we have 4 out of 5 people over on red team, which is blue team, and the tag is blue, but they are called red team, which is always so brilliantly confusing. I love it.
Oh god, yeah.
Starting off with Curve, who's a Dagger Celestial Elementalist, and then we have Napsa on a DPS Meditation Guardian, going with the hammer there. Especially interesting always, we saw a lot of great sword use on the DPS Guardians in Stronghold.
Yes, that's true.
But no, for capture point, it's still kind of the hammer definitely the best option. I think if in Stronghold you take the great sword, that's still to be debated very early in that. Then we have Guns and Tools. He's playing a Rifle Celestial Engineer and is going for that power wrench. And then Amsterdam, who is a shouty warrior. Shouty little fella.
That's the extent of that, is it?
Yeah.
Is there something else you want to say right there? I'm just hovering over it.
Wait, is there anything...
In your hungover state?
Wait, what?
On my mark. He's playing on my mark instead of Fear Me.
Instead of Fear Me, which is a bit surprising because they don't have a second sharp warrior. If you have a second, then okay, but I think Fear Me is just so much stronger than the lower cooldown for the bit of extra heal.
Indeed, Renna is going to be playing DP Thief with that Panic Strike Vamp Rune. So, if we go into the map, we can have a look at where the teams are going. Red team look like they're just going to go for a solid 2-2 push, actually, at the moment. But maybe trying to get that Panic Strike team going. Panic Strike team? Pain Train team going over on the mid, actually, as we go over to Renna's point of view now. They want to try and go in for the kill on the Bunker Guardian, just staying in their perspective as we go into the map. Guardian coming out now.
Kind of the random dodges from Helm here because he's really expecting the engage, but they're not picking him. Trying to go for Hector Wolf, who showed himself first already with the invul out. But he can make the escape being invisible. They just turned it around on Foxy Proxy.
Well, I mean, Helm just took a lot of... had to use a lot of cooldowns to keep his team alive there. Because they fully bursted him. If he hadn't have spammed those utilities, they would have lost a couple of members there for sure, which is the benefit of this situation. Actually, thinking about that shield as well, we are going to see the down coming out onto an Ecto Wolf there, but thinking about the shield and how that can negate...
This is actually a pretty good res. No, we see the knockback. The Wolf getting stomped.
The rainbow
and the unicorn. Yeah, the unicorn of pain. Right into freedom. That was it. Right.
We've actually got the Shadow Warrior here over on the quarry node, doing a good job against Curve actually at the moment. Should be able to take him down quite soon, unless we get some support over here. Of course, they did have other members over on this side of the map as well. We can see Helm starting to go over towards the other node. Now he's going to be able to stay on point for a considerable amount of time, of course, especially with the stability that he generates, as well as the actual amount of healing, of course, that he's going to generate for himself. Especially if Foxy comes in now and tries to get the kill on guns and tools. The engineer is kind of negated in his knockbacks here, especially because we've got that fence there which he can just stand against completely.
By the looks of it, we do have a DC. Renner just stood around for a bit and now has left the arena. Or gone offline, more like it.
Just asking for an AFK.
4v5. Are we going to see an AFK? Yeah, it's a bit late now for a reset, sadly. Just slightly over the 2-minute mark.
Yep, we got an AFK going. Shadow Warrior looks like he's... No... Okay, yeah, sorry, Foxy is going to go AFK here as he has been killed. So, AFK while you're dead, that's fine. That's actually probably quite a good decision as we go over towards the waterfall point now and see how it's going over there. Red team actually not doing, sorry, the actual red coloured team, which is how I'm going to talk about them today, not doing a bad job here, but we got Napsor trying to trail down Ector Wolf, so just having a look at his perspectives to see how he's going to get out of this situation. I can see Napsor blocking a lot of that damage coming out of that heal, of course, and he's going to jump in straight away, but as he does that, he actually gets closer to Curve, who can just come in for some cleave and does some nice damage to bring him into the downstate.
I mean, especially Helm would be the person to really commit to a res, and he kept him alive long enough for the res banner to come out. I think it was more of a last solution. He's in the ring of warding, dodges into the side, and that CC was a bit much. But the knockback on that res really helping to try and get people back. Ecto Wolf back up. Now he needs to be careful not to immediately be in the cleave again.
Yeah, I mean, Helm's under a lot of pressure now because he had to use that virtue, the second virtue, to actually get rid of those conditions and get some healing up. He had no utilities up. He is really saving his team's life. That's pretty much the aim of the Bunker Guardian, really, so he's doing a good job. But the thing is, they're being so pressurized at the moment, not able to get the kills, that he's just running out of cooldowns. He's not able to fully help his team. We've got the Warrior here as well, trying to get rid of those conditions, so it's not too bad, but there's a lot of direct damage as well. And the Bunker Guardian is probably a little bit better at negating that than the actual Shadow Warrior, so it's not a bad combination. Yeah, and the mower
will be raced. Oh, the mower coming out on Curve Alley actually, and not Amsterdam, who of course has that res banner to bring him back up.
It's nice because it really just, well, I was going to say it's cemented getting the kill there, but it's not actually. So midpoint is still blues. It's very even actually at the moment, but the thing is, Ector Wolf still in the downstate here, as well as Helm, who's got again no real big amount of cooldowns. Still's got his weapon cooldowns off like Empower and stuff like that, but if he's got no stability, it's going to be difficult to get that heal off. Although we're going to be looking at the Shadow Warrior really to provide a lot of support here. Nothing to interrupt. Oh, we are going to see the shield knockback, and we're going to see the res as well from the Shadow Warrior. Good job from him to keep this fight alive, actually, and to get the other players back into the map. We're actually going to see blue team, red team trying to come over for the contest on the decap here, as Amsterdam's being quite brave. Of course, he can do quite a good job at just getting the extra ticks across the map to make sure they actually get a little bit of a lead here.
They held on to that waterfall quite nicely, just made it on in time before the cap was actually through, kept it neutral, but then once the cap went through and with the respawn still being waited on, they kind of lost control of the entire map. It was very equal until now, but that double, that two-man wipe, then the real big pressure on the Guardian afterwards, kind of meant they're a bit out of it, and they need to turn it around now, and turning it around might start off with the kill on Napsor. Down he goes already.
There's some good potential in this Crash team. Actually, you know, there's some good potential. It's actually quite fun. It's kind of fun to see the Bunker Guardian again. I never really minded it so much. It did get a bit stale after a while, but you know, we've been for so long in the Shoutbow meta. It's actually kind of nice to see. And the actual nice pin down here of Guns and Tools means that he's going to be heavily under pressure. If they can carry on, they really need to focus. Oh, that was.
But he dies on the corner. We see Ecto Wolf. Actually, only an illusion there. Wants to not leave him alone to die. Good knockback on mid. Are we going to see the follow-up?
They need to +1 Waterfall now, in my opinion. Just to help, you know, they've killed a player. They just need to 3v2 over on Waterfall and just leave mid contested, because they're not going to get it anytime soon, you know, because the point's so big and Amsterdam and Curve are there. So they should just plus up over on the Waterfall while they've got that extra kill to actually make sure they could have got that point.
Yep, but they were a bit hesitant on that, as well as Proxy was really hesitant on the engage on Renner. He kind of gave Renner the time to re-stealth, which completely turned the entire encounter, that 2v2, just completely off point into Blue's team's favor.
Oh, Renner does proc up into the Vamp rune there. The Mesmer's kind of on it at the moment. He's going to go down. Guns and Tools tries to get the pull. We've got a good knockback coming out as well from these guys. We are going to see the down of Renner. Good job from Red Team. They're securing these downs actually at the moment pretty well. Doing well on the rezzing as well, despite the amount of pressure that's coming out from Red Team.
Yeah, they are really good on that quick coordinated burst, and maybe it also has something to do with that mirror images. Because you can control your big shatter a lot better. Oh,
completely. And now Guns and Tools is going to go as well. Also, it means he's got a lot more accessibility to things like a bigger heal and things like distortion a bit quicker. Okay, he's got the cooldown obviously, but he can get those. It's still not like, it's not as if it's tough to get clones up, but sometimes, you know, when you've got no cooldowns and you've got no dodge, just bringing out those 2 clones to give you a bit more distortion and heal is actually kind of nice for survival.
Just saw a really important res off Helm there. He was brought back up, because if the Guardian goes down in this setup, that is almost the end of the team fight, to be honest. I mean, we still have the support of that Shoutbow Warrior, but the Guardian does play a key role in all of this.
True. I mean now, funnily enough, nowadays it's not too bad. I mean, at least maybe you'd have another supporty person, kind of, which, you know, the other Selly, which would be the engineer, which they don't have. But they've got, like you said, the Shoutbow Warrior, and then they've still got the damage. So they've still got damage and they've got support. They've got two very supporty characters, and then 3 DPS orientated ones, which is really how this comp is actually working, and it's working well. They've actually got the kill down on Curve as well. 2 caps of Red Team at the moment. Sorry.
And the double out one cap.
Yeah, 3 cap coming out.
3 cap coming out. That is very strong. And they got the kill on Curve. Foxy Proxy still needs to wait for that Ring of Warding to dissipate. But now he's got the engage on Napster, which is very dangerous. But if he plays it correctly, he could get a quick kill on him before he can disengage and wait for the regroup. Yeah,
indeed. I have on this over here on the quarry at the moment. They don't want to keep this. We've talked about this before about keeping this 3 cap. And that might have been a bit of overextension and a bit of a mistake. They don't want that to roll over, because at the moment it's very close and they want to just keep this 3 cap going. Actually, is Foxy going to be a bit cheeky here? I think if he can keep this stealth up, he probably will. But with that team member down,
he just goes for the counter engage on the enemy thief. Of course, a good way to alleviate the pressure of the rest of your members. But we saw Ecto Wolf, I think, actually a bit of a misplay. Porting out of the damage, but then also porting out of the stealth. He would have had a better chance just to count on them not hitting him that much, and rather taking the chance with the stealth. But now we've got the first kill. Follow-up is coming on with Foxy Proxy. He's going down. Mid is going to be lost in a second, because Helm has to play with the terrain a bit. That's not even going to help. He's going to die off point.
But they're at least going to pick up the decap over on Quarry, and they've actually retreated a little bit over towards Waterfalls with Shoutbow Warrior coming over there. But we do need some support for him, unfortunately. But with Helm out of this fight, he's not going to get it anytime soon. So we are going to see the Thief probably +1 over on that point. And also, we saw a good split from Red Team. They went for the 2 side defense, which is obviously a lot better to go for. And if they can get a kill here, they can roll off that onto mid. If they survive on the Waterfall, which actually isn't going to happen, because now the Thief's in that pressurized situation versus Amsterdam. If I was him, maybe just back off for now, and come back later.
He gained the paths he could Artsy got back, gave me a bit of a scare. Thought he would just go full mental, but we also,
full mental, wow.
Yeah. But we also,
okay, full
we
mental.
also have the opportunity for a Lord Rush at the moment. Double cap coming out for blue. This might very well be the point in time where you want to regroup and just go for that pot Lord Rush. And it looks like we're going to see the preparation for that. Actor,
but not
Wolf
a portal.
Already. Oh yeah, they don't have a portal.
That's the thing. That's the only problem for the team.
Really predictable.
This is the thing. This is like the only map where even if you're not amazingly good at portal or don't want to use it in your team, you might just opt to use it. Because, you know, it's just so good, especially when your team's been wiped. But then blue team need to be thinking about this. They need to be thinking about it. They've actually gone over towards the door now. And if they get a kill, the game's probably actually over. So they do need to support this push with every one of their team members and maybe have the thief or someone on map to just get decaps.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. That's what I wanted to say. This could also just be a good opportunity to bring a bit of chaos into this now very well situated placement of the players for the blue team here, because they just had the control of the 3 cap, were able to defend everything, and it would have been a bit risky to go for the full-on engage on point, so maybe just split them, but it didn't really work out that well.
No, it didn't, unfortunately. We had the actual DPS Guardian going mid as well. What he really wanted to do was probably head over towards the quarry and just completely avoid mid and actually get the decap there, so it would have kept them in the game a little bit longer. Obviously going to mid means that he would have got a lot of support earlier curve, and they would have been a lot more aware of where he was. Obviously they would have been looking at the fights anyway, saying, oh, someone's missing, there's a potential for decaps on the map. But yeah, unfortunately for them, they didn't get that. They did get the 2 decaps at least, but unfortunately with a player down, someone out of the game completely, and Foxy about to go down as well, this is not looking good for them to come back into this game anytime soon. But saying that, Crash have done a great job actually. Not really seeing these guys ever before in terms of team name. They've done a good job.
Yeah,
especially versus Red Team. You know, they came very high in Tournament of Legends.
They did, and Red Team is kind of one of the contenders who are able to beat some of the top teams in the scene at the moment. They might still need a bit of work here and there, but definitely capabilities there on the side of Red Team, 100%. Which is Blue Team. And now, just a complete newcomer here, at least for the weekly cup, as far as I am aware.
Yes,
good showing. If they would have had that portal.
Yeah, they would have moved their whole team there a lot quicker. They would have got the gate down, probably maybe Lord push. Whether or not they would have got the kill is another thing. But you know, they're not doing too badly in these team fights when they've got the Guardian and the Shadow Warrior there. They've got a lot of sustain. So it has been good.
They have. So 358. That would have been that one Lord Rush that was missing. But as we said, very predictable if it starts without that portal. You say you hit 350. If you're in a situation where you hit 350 and then basically completely team wipe on the map, I think most teams would guess, they're gonna move. They're gonna move to Lord now.
This is actually gonna be a very good map for a Bunker Guardian, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially with the stability that they've got. Like, they could hold stillness quite well, especially if they needed to.
And they can definitely get a couple of cheeky knockbacks down on that stillness buff.
100%, yeah, especially that shield buff. And even the sword is good for the gap closing. Let's just double check to make sure. He's... Oh no, sorry, wrong Guardian. Let's actually double check to make sure he's not changed it up. He has.
Nope.
He's got interestingly enough, I believe that's a World v World skin. I don't know if it's because he just plays the game a lot and he got some, he played it to get, and he actually got the tokens. But maybe this is a World v World guild of people that actually come in, just to make a note of that. I mean, I've got World v World skins. Yeah. Doesn't mean I World v World all the time, but
I don't.
But you've got it a little bit, so
that would be definitely a possibility. Would also explain the really well coordinated burst.
Yeah,
I mean, if there's one thing that World v World players are good at, it's coordinating damage.
Yeah, the communication is normally pretty on, especially with the commander.
And really
like,
entertaining sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Especially when you see...
burst, kind of like Korean shoutcasters.
You've got a bit of an obsession with Korean shoutcasters in the moment.
It is most certainly ridiculous, but what shall not be ridiculous is the next game on Silent Storm, Temple of the Silent Storm. On the red side, we have the new coming team, which had a very good performance in the last game against Red Team. Crash, indeed. By the way.
Oh yeah, the crashes. So Red Team are going to stealth up here over on this side, their side of the map for now, getting the blasts off. Good job from them. So they think about moving into the midpoint, and it looks like they're going to go for the burst on Amsterdam. But Renner is hanging around in potential situations, as well as Napsor. It's so fun to watch this initial engage, especially when both teams are stealthed. Who stealthed first really depends on who almost wins this fight. And we are going to see no one go very low here at the moment. Napsor might be suffering a little bit. He's got hasn't got many cooldowns left, does have a new focus, but I think he's going to be okay here. That's probably a good person to focus, actually. Does dodge that Berserker as well. It's a good job from him to stay alive as he come out at this point. To Ektor's perspective, to see where the real focus is actually coming from. He's trying to go for the thief at the moment, which is good because it's kind of negating him to a degree, but now it's going to start really coming onto these guys. Napsol's starting to go low, not really got many cooldowns, does have his port left, but now he's going to regenerate those virtues with the renewed focus, and we're going to see Ektor not go down. Actually, he's going to get the rest up here.
Very safe rest. That is one of the really strong points of that bunker guard. We actually saw a cap off of that altar. Guns and Tools now there to get the decap and leaves it like that. And it's the bunker guardian pulling out to the side. He runs into Guns and Tools and it's going to be in a 1v1.
Yeah,
and that's not where you want to be.
I'm not really sure about that decision because they completely lost the mid fight. As soon as he left, they completely lost that, unfortunately. So, you know, they had no support. We've got the Shoutbow Warrior over here on the temple as well at the moment, so there wasn't really a lot of support. Maybe they just thought they were losing that fight, so they just left it anyway. But the Guardian, of course, being the one to leave that fight and try and keep that point contested. Maybe they were trying to think about going for the full contestation over on auto and winning it in the end, but unfortunately not going to happen for them. And today as well, as we go into Helm's perspective, he is in the down state over towards mid. That's not great for their team at the moment. Foxy trying to go for that decap as well over on the altar. Sorry, full cap on the altar.
Yeah.
Should be able to pick that
just
up.
Left neutral there.
It's a good decision.
It's going to be... What? Ready for? No. We see Guns and Tools going back to that mid cap. Or no, positioning himself on the side node. So they're completely leaving that midpoint open. Not really anyone trying to spot a decap on that one.
No, not at the moment. I mean, they've split themselves up quite well here, blue team. Just because, you know, we've actually seen the Shoutbow Warrior going down now. Helm is back on the map, but there's only one support now on the map at any one time. I'm wondering whether or not they're just going to focus Helm again so that they can negate that kind of team fight potential that Red Team actually have at the moment. Because they're doing quite well with the Shoutbow and also the heavy bunker guardian in the team fights. You know, it's very tough to come up against that because there's so much condition and healing potential from this guy, of course. But now they've got they're down 2 caps, unfortunately. There is a stillness buff coming up as well, so they need to be aware of that, which is going to be useful even maybe for the bunker guardian to go for in terms of just getting the channel off. But not having that focus to block some of that damage is also a bit of a bugger.
Killing the bunker guardian might be a good idea in general, just because you get rid of all that support. But you might actually want to go, at least if they're in the same team fight, which doesn't happen too often. But if they are, you might want to go for the warrior just to negate that res banner.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a similar amount of support, maybe similarly hard to kill.
Yeah, I mean he's not got it. They know that he's used it at the moment, so at least he's just a little bit less useful than he would normally be, so it's not too bad for them, so they don't have to mainly think about also thinking about interrupting as well.
Yeah, and stillness going over to the blue team right here, uncontested if I've seen correctly.
Yeah,
that's a bit surprising. I mean, okay, there was a good amount of pressure on Crash right now. Foxy Proxy going for that Perma Heart Seeker for a bit more movement.
He's doing a good job.
That temple point.
Yeah, he's doing a good job at just keeping an eye on the map at the moment and just trying to get those decaps and caps where he can. He's kind of keeping them in it, if I'm honest, at the moment. And really, over on mid, we need to get some assistance, and he's going to get it from the Bunker Guardian. Now he can be full-on offensive. We're going to see the Mesmer coming in as well, which means he's going to be in a 3v2 situation. That's a good +1. They should be able to pick this up, especially if they can trap Napsor while he's trying to get up top. But he's going to use that port to just port on an enemy and try and escape, using it in a very defensive way. I know you're porting towards your enemy, but he's getting out of harm's way from 2. So that's actually quite a good job from him.
Yeah, you can do that a couple of times. Just use your enemies basically as travel points.
Yeah.
Pick someone who's kind of standing on the sidelines, go for the quick port and port to safety, so you don't need to waste one of the big cooldowns to escape.
Oh, we're going to see the DPS Guardian go down. Foxy Proxy as well. Going down, unfortunately, after the Vamp Rune proc. He knows that Red is going to take him down as well in the end, and Helm going down. So 3 members split down over towards the midpoint. Probably is a good indication of how the rest of this game is going to go, and it's not going well for them at the moment, especially with the Shoutbow Warrior is trying to decap a engineer here. Don't really ever like that combination, to be fair, especially if the point is not yours. I can understand being on that node if you are if it's yours or it's contested, but not really in terms of the long game, because you really need to get with your team. In that situation, he would have been better at mid, more likely, and actually being useful supporting his team. Unfortunately, in this case, that's not happened. So they've lost quite a lot of points at the moment on the map. They need to regroup, really. They really need to regroup.
I mean, in in 46 seconds to be exact, we're gonna see that next. Oh no, wait.
Yeah,
it's 8:30. In 10 seconds, we're gonna see the double buffs. Yeah, kind of gotten used to that already. So we are gonna have Tranquility and Stillness. We already have Helm in position for Tranquility. Is he gonna get an uncontested? No, we've got Guns and Tools going down. Going to interrupt that. On top, Stillness. This could be really dangerous, because if they pick up, if Red Team picks up the Stillness with the triple cap, then it's over. I mean, the split is not good. Their split at the moment is very bad, in fact, because now, alright, the Shoutbow Warrior is back, but the thing is, for this moment in time, the Guardian's not been in the team fight, getting rid of those conditions, and also supporting his team. So already, these guys, no doubt, have used some cooldowns here, you know. The Guardian's in a lot of trouble over on Temple. We got Foxy, who's probably going to be, well, he's still doing a good job over on Stillness, to be honest. Helm is down there, Ektor's, you know, they're still doing, funnily enough, an okay job, but now you're going to start to see them die with the +1 from Renner, because Foxy's gone down and other members around the map. He can +1 that fight easily. So as soon as that team fight's down, you know, there's going to be a +1 down at that buff. They'll get the spawn. They'll pick up Stillness more than likely, and they will pick up. They don't even need to. They don't even need to. They well, now they did, just securing that triple cap again after the mid got lost a bit. Foxy Proxy currently down on Stillness, but they don't even need to bother with Stillness anymore. Nothing can really save Crash right now. This game is going over to the blue side, which is Red Team as well.
Indeed. Yeah, I think this map could have been really good for them. But I think they just split. Like, it was a difficult split for them. I just think they made some bad decisions here and there, and that really well, you know, obviously doesn't ever pay off very well if you make bad decisions. But you know,
really?
Obvious one.
Why it's called a bad decision?
It could be, but yeah, I think you know what I mean in terms of just the splits were with that team comp. Those splits are even more important, because you've got that support and you've got those free damage orientated characters that you need to make sure that everything.
And you also need to pick your matchups correctly.
Exactly, yeah. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case. And it was a lot better on Fofire actually, but I think that was also getting used to from Red Team maybe. That
could be, but I think also just the tendency of Fofire to leading to larger team fights, that seemed to be more of the strong point. They had a bit of problem with the rotation. Guardian maybe a bit difficult to really position himself properly if, like Red Team did, they are fairly mobile around the map and just don't need to stay with that one attack.
Yeah, that's true.
And we saw a lot of Guardian on his own. It's never a good idea.
No, I mean, if it was altruistic healing, it would have been a lot worse, because it would have been a full, you know, trait wasted to a degree. So at least it wasn't as bad, but it's still pretty bad when when you haven't got your bunker in that team fight, and he's been, that's almost his sole purpose. But yeah, so we're going to go to an AFK break. We're going to go for the final next. Thanks for joining us, guys. We are going to do, after the stream has ended, I'm going to do 2 very quick gem giveaways, so make sure that you are following the channel for a chance of that happening, and we'll see you very soon. Don't go anywhere, or if you want to, just come back in a bit. See you soon. Hey guys, while we are waiting, because we're still apparently waiting for the last series to finish, which might have actually been quite good to watch, but apologies for that. Instead, I'm going to give you hindsight, exactly. Normally we make good decisions, but that first game was definitely worth watching. We're going to do a gem giveaway. So basically what you have to do is make sure you are following the channel. I will give you some time to do that, likely 30 seconds or so, while we chat random gibberish as per usual. We enjoyed casting the Stronghold the other day, didn't we, Nick?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Rough start at first, because we kind of needed to learn on the fly how to cast that.
Especially with new spectator angles and even changes that day, which we weren't necessarily used to. So,
but I think it still went pretty well.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Was fun.
Just sticking the playlist in chat as well, just in case you're interested.
And I can still not get over that the script that said no. No more.
I do have the footage, so
good.
maybe we should highlight that.
Yeah.
Just the script that said no, and also the archers that said yes, we do want to kill you, because they do actually move from their path. Played a couple of games as well, and if you're on the treb, the archers actually start to move up to you. I don't know whether or not that's intentional, but that is actually something that happened. But make sure you're following.
Wait, would the in theory? I mean, I guess it's a bug, but would the door breakers also really quickly break a trap?
Yeah, probably. Maybe that's why they were going up there.
Oh, thought I can be useful. I'll just destroy the thing.
Yeah. You wouldn't even have
hit
to
me
do
in the face anymore.
Even if you could maybe select a path, so at the start you can send your door. Wow, that's feedback. Select a path. Different paths, different spawning areas. So if you get the first gate down, a new spawning area appears. Ooh. Although that would be OP.
Yeah.
Maybe for the other
What are you
team.
talking about?
I don't know. Anyway, I'm just making chat. What you have to do is... Let me just find my Moobot. Moobot is going to be very helpful right now. Okay, so you must put... Let me think of a word. Hashtag goggles.
Nice.
Hashtag goggles. GOGGLES. Hashtag goggles for a potential chance to win some gems this evening. So 800 gems will be up for grabs. You just must put hashtag goggles in, and hopefully my actual giveaway thing will work today.
They must. Yeah.
You must be following the channel as well, of course, to have a chance of winning. Hashtag goggles.
Otherwise, you might be chosen and then not chosen anymore.
Indeed.
That's always devastating. And really fun for us. Oh, and you would have won. Oh, how bad.
Yeah, sometimes that's kind of funny. And also, kind of soul destroying, because people are like, oh, I enter gem giveaways all the time and I never win. And it's like, well, maybe I actually told you could win a couple of times, but you forgot to follow the channel. Otherwise, yes. We have the actual qualifiers as well for WTS on Saturday, so make sure you're going to watch that. That will be obviously very, very interesting. Let me see if this is getting picked up right now. Yes, the giveaway thing is
I think I saw one person typing Googles. It's 2 G's, guys. Goggles.
Maybe one day we'll tell you the relevance of that.
Doesn't have anything to do with the search engine.
Just last night.
That's maybe a topic for some time else.
But if you do have goggles, actually I've got some quite cool goggles in game, which maybe I'll show you later.
Almost RPC, man.
Oh yeah.
I would.
Did you buy a hat?
I wanted to. I actually wanted to buy a top hat with these
goggles
steampunk goggles.
Always,
I really wanted to, but they didn't have a proper size.
The thing is like I really want one, but I don't know if it would work because it's summer and it's very hot. And I've got no hair, but, you know, I don't know. I've got the opposite problem. My head is very large, so, like, hats to fit me is very unusual, whereas apparently you have the opposite problem. You have a small head.
No, I have a big head.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. They were too small for your head.
Yeah. You've seen me in person. What the hell?
Oh, yeah, true. But I've never, like, looked at you and thought, oh, wow, Nick, you have a really big head. I never look at you. Whenever I'm in your presence, I'll try to just go like this.
Just ignore me.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're actually going to go into game very soon, and I'm going to pick a winner. So thank you for entering, guys. We're just going to roll it now. Congratulations to Better Happy. Oh, that's a nice name. Congratulations. I will send you your gems right now. Just make that... Ooh.
Oh, Jebro, at what time are the WTS qualifiers?
It's I'm just talking about what colour I'm doing. It's on at 4 PM UK time and 5 PM CEST, as far as I remember. I have to double check that.
The only time zone that actually matters.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, Better Happy, I have sent your gem code right now. That's 800 gems for you. Guys, don't forget to pay attention to the stream later where I'll give another way, and I'll give you another way to win gems anyway. But we are going to jump into the game quickly because we have got our teams ready. Actually, let me just update the scoreboard quickly because we're actually going to see that Salt defeated Rom's Not Going to Sail. So now I'm even more sad we didn't pick up that game. But that is the past, and now we're in the present, which is more important.
Oh god. Someone in chat, imagine if Chronic was bald and Jebro had Chronic's hair.
Someone is more than likely going to Photoshop that at some point, damn. So thanks for that.
Like your beard on top of your head. That was so
my beard on top of your head.
Oh, what? Don't give people ideas.
You started it. You gave them the idea in the first place.
That is an entertaining idea.
Oh, I see. You don't like the idea that would pertain to not...
chin is not really a good thing.
Oh, well. Okay. Or maybe your own one, then. At least it would be
my own chin on my head.
Yeah, just your chin on your head.
Okay.
That's enough.
Sure. Then, how about some games? How about some finals that are coming up for today's Weekly Cup?
Let's do this. So, we have currently over on Salts. Let's go over those guys first because we haven't seen them tonight. Honey is going to be playing Vampirism Rune, normally playing Pirate, but she's opted to go for the Vamp Rune. Over on the Staff Selly Elementalist build, also with that Glyph of Elementals. Carver is going to be playing Celestial Rifle Engineer, still playing with the Vamp Rune, a bit going for 60062, so he's going further into Alchemy. Normally playing with the Bond traits, but I think he's actually starting to change it up recently. He's playing more of a meta, the full meta really now, opting for that instead of going for bombs and whatnot. Chosen Sin is going to be playing probably Dagger Pistol. They can definitely red up if they need to. Panic Strike Dagger Pistol build, of course, going for the Vamp Rune. Knight Jr. is going to be playing Sharpbow Warrior with the Fear Me, of course. And then we're going to go over to Stack Patterns, who's also going to be playing Sharpbow Warrior, going for exactly the same utilities. Let's double check. Yeah, Knight's going to be playing exactly the same traits as well, but he's going to be playing on the Char.
Stack Patterns.
Not the Char. I think it's going to be any different.
Already say, Exile Knight Jr. Is that like he stole the idea from Big Zan?
I don't know. I mean, there has been a lot of Chars recently. There have been a lot of Char recent actions.
Why?
Movement.
Why all the cat things?
I don't know. I played on my Sharpbow Warrior Char when we were in TOL as well. But that's more likely because I didn't have another warrior character.
Dramatic pause.
Oh. Okay, we don't need to go over the other guys, although we might do quickly. Kev, Dagger Elementalist, DP Thief Renner, with Vamp Rune, DPS Guardian, with also Traveller Rune for Napzor, Sharpbow Warrior on Amsterdam, and Guns and Tools playing Celestial Rifle Engineer. That is a quick overview of their builds. We did see them in the previous game. But thank you for joining us for the ESL Weekly Cup. This is going to be the final between sORP on the red team and red team, of course, as always, on the blue team.
Because why not?
Yeah,
just make our life difficult. In terms of the split, we see Engineer Thief combination trying to get a quick kill on Curve, and I actually thought that maybe red team would just go for an all-out push for Quarry. They kind of looked like it at first, but no, deciding to first try and go for Honey.
You know, they're actually... Yeah, I mean, Honey, but that vampirism room has really helped, actually, to keep her alive there, but unfortunately, in the end, it didn't keep her alive. Knight Genius, I think he's trying to come over for the actual banner here. He's not able to get over. We did see the banner... We've seen a banner come out.
Yeah, from Stack Patterns.
That was from Stack
Patterns. Second engage on Honey. He's going to bring the quick kill on that one. And Knight Junior falling afterwards. So yeah, they're having a bit of trouble, and this could now really just roll over the map. We're definitely going to see that mid-cap coming out right now, and Cavalier won against Curve Alley there on that waterfall node, but I think they could almost push into it. No, they're not. No, they're playing it safe.
Yeah, they probably do a little at the moment. Chosen Sin's just roaming around the map waiting for potential respawns and maybe trying to think about catching someone out. Might think about +1ing over on the Quarry and maybe just putting a bit of face time in, but he might be able to get the cheeky decap actually here while he's stealthed. Is he thinking about it? No. Napsor is aware that that will happen, and as soon as he goes onto that point, you know he's going to get taken out, and Renner's going to come +1 to actually throw off Stack Patterns over here towards the Quarry. Very slow game at the moment, actually, as the red team do start to regroup, which is a very good idea. Something they didn't used to do too well, but it looks like they've kind of learnt their lesson there. They've regrouped successfully and now pushing to mid. Main target is going to be Napsor. He's got a lot of focus on him, used all his utilities pretty much. Does have renewed focus still up, but he still should be okay here, as we see him, Renner, and also Amsterdam trailing down onto Carver here. Carver's going to go into the downstate pretty easily. Are we going to see a banner coming out from Knight? No, nice interrupt is going to bring him... No, that's... Oh, do not... I'm glad he interrupted that. Okay. He literally was about to pull out the banner. He dodged, but he was so low HP. If he'd brought out the banner, it would have been wasted. And a good decision from Knight.
You can always go for the follow-up res after that. I always like to say that if you go for the banner, just be careful. There might very well be poison on there. So just go for the instant res afterwards. Just to make sure, so you don't waste this really big cooldown. We've actually seen Stack Patterns there at first trying to be sneaky, but Guns and Tools spotted him. Now they're falling back and actually nice immobilized on the side. That's going to be the down off point and the decap as a result of that. Are we going to see a rare banner from Amsterdam? First one has been interrupted, second one as well. This is not going to end well from them. Good use of those slick shoes. And even Renner can't go for the sneaky rest there.
Yeah, oh no, he's going for it still. He's actually brought it up. That's
no. We need to follow up. Amsterdam is getting too much damage. The second down on the side, so one up, but the next one down again. Chosen Sin might be both.
He's getting res him
for the rest there.
I can't believe he got that res. They just needed a tiny bit more pressure on the body, and they would have had him down. That was a really big mistake, unfortunately, for the red team. But they really, I think they thought they had it. Amsterdam really gutsy with that in the end. Did bring him back up. Good move from him being patient. He took a lot of damage there. I was very surprised to see that he didn't go down before he got that banner off as well, to be honest. But good job of line of sight just before he got that banner out. And really, in a situation where they were losing that fight, they've completely turned it around.
Yep, now Carver got kind of a taste of the slick shoes. How devastating they can be, and the double cap is gonna be in the hands of the blue team again. Now what is Salt gonna do next? Now we're gonna see a very slow regroup. Still Carver down, so they might want to wait for that, but Honey is actually doing good work with the decap attempt here. See the static field coming out, not even necessary. Decap coming through already before that, so one neutral again. Only slight lead, well slight, it's almost 100 points, so that's actually a lot.
She does have to use a lot of utilities there, though, to survive that kind of barrage from Guns and Tools. So she actually got the nice timing there from Carver to come in, and actually Chosen Sin's going to come in for the nice quick kill on Guns and Tools, but Guns and Tools is aware, and he bails out at the point, line of sighting, which does interfere with a lot of damage coming out from Chosen Sin. He's not able to be as effective there as he might have wanted to be, but maybe now he can re-engage on this point on Guns and Tools, but he's actually going to maybe go for Amsterdam here. He needs to stay back to actually, there you go, he goes for the stealth and actually goes for the insta maybe kill onto Napsor, but he's still got his heal up. We're actually going to see a lot of trouble coming out potentially for Carver. Although he's doing a good job, he has been able to regenerate, and the Amsterdam, there's just not enough pressure there from him to keep him quite low. Although I'm suspecting he's probably going to go down quite soon unless he has his block. He does have it out. Carver should be okay here, but Knight Jr. is suffering over towards mid.
Yeah, Carver now just running around a little stone right here. Oh, well, more a rock formation almost. And now he's just being chased into nowhere. Is he going to retreat into the base? Yes, he will. And he's kind of safe there. But still, red team kind of getting the advantage here.
It's working well, actually, because Knight and Stack are actually, you know, if anyone was needed in that fight, it's them.
Chosen's open, he's engaged upon by Renner and dropped into Vampirism Rune immediately. No rest banner here to pick up Chosen Sin, and the damage is really good. They've commit with 4 people to that node to get a quick kill on Chosen. Maybe also a bit overkill. Now we see Knight Jr. dropping down as well. Yeah, they're not going to get that decap on the mid node, so they need to keep this contested to stay in the game.
But they had both of their Shoutbow Warriors on the opposite side of the map. Both of them. Not just one, you know, one on the team, the only one they had. They have 2 Shoutbow Warriors on their team. They didn't have either of one of them in that team fight. That's just not great. I know they've got the staff element to this there, but they need to take that advantage. Of course, they were trying to poke mid, but with 2 Shoutbow Warriors, you're not going to decap that. So it would have been more sensible to send them in to actually try and, you know, benefit this fight a lot more. So they've sent in the Shoutbow Warrior who had the banner off cooldown first, I do believe. But now they're actually doing a better job.
Banner interrupt. Nice updraft there. Knight Jr. not able to get Honey back up.
Here we go, there you go.
To just go for the hard rest. And the second attempt on the banner is going to get Honey back up. Now it's moving on to be a 3v3, no 4v3. Salt now really committing to that node. They finally want to get somewhere. Only issue is they completely left their waterfall open. And Stack Patterns is busy with Curve on the mid node, which isn't really doing anything for him?
Yeah, completely pointless, to be fair. I mean, maybe you try and get the kill over him in the end, but it's just on that kind of a size of a point, you know, it's completely pointless. Now the Thief can almost, to a degree, you know, he's gone to fully decap that point. Now Curve can follow the Warrior. That's very good move from Curve. He can follow the Warrior. He's faster than him to a degree as well. So he can follow into the point, keep him contested. They know no one's going to move from the quarry fight because Red Team are already losing it. Although Amsterdam is very low himself, could potentially win it if they take him down. But, oh God, he's being very, very awesome at the moment. He does line of sight a lot of that damage. Are we going to see enough pressure coming out from the guys? We're not, and unfortunately he is going to get up for them, so they're not going to win this team fight anytime soon. The points are just stacking up even more.
She's on the staff, so she has ridiculous range. She could just stay on the point and still support their team, meaning the first down on Amsterdam and the cap afterwards. So blue team just needs to retreat right now. Oh, Guns and Tools going down on the side as well. Now they're going to roll over this map. They're going to chase Napsor down and try and secure that mid cap.
But look at Renner. Renner's doing a good job now. She knew earlier that they were going to lose that. But what's she going to do? She's actually going for the... she's going towards mid now. That's probably a good decision because Napsor has just gone down, like you said. Well, I mean...
But Thief.
But this is Renner.
Oh yeah, but Amsterdam coming. No, but we also have Amsterdam coming in from the side.
And Amsterdam.
So
yeah, that's alright.
Just a tiny stall, but the Immobilizer is going to pressure into the Vampirism form.
Oh, she's going to be okay.
Off, gets the dodge, gets the stealth, and even saves the withdrawal. Only now using it. Very nicely played there. Yeah, Amsterdam on point though. And the attack on Chosen Sin is going to bring him down immediately. A bit of condition to finish him off even in that Vapor form.
I mean, Renner is one of those people as well. Is always kind of ballsy in terms of just keeping that cap. So if anyone was going to do that, even just for a split second, you know, I mean, normally it comes out on Renna's side, at least in terms of, you know, fights elsewhere developing quite well that she can leave, or she normally keeps that point in some kind of contention, even if like just a decap happens. But now Chosen Sin's doing a good thing. He's going to +1 this fight over here quickly so that they can pick up the side cap, because they need to get into that point range to potentially Lord Rush. This is going to be a good kill on Curve, surely. Oh no, I don't think it's going to actually happen here. And if Curve survives this is going to be awesome. But he's not going to. He's going to drop. And we are going to see some kind of support coming out from Renna, but not able to get there that quickly. If he can take out Chosen Sin here. Oh no, Curve has already used Vapor Form, of course, which means he's going to go down. But Renna picks up the kill. Good job. Stack does get the res.
That's committing to it a bit too much. Use the blinding part of the nicely, and then of course with the gap close of the shadow shot, it's really easy just turning it around, going to mid and getting the kill on Knight Jr. Now Honey not going to be able to get that res, even the knockback off point there. But I mean, okay, it's cap blue anyway, so they don't really need to worry. They actually should probably disengage here.
I mean, they got it. They got it. Well, he's Vengeance. Sorry. That was really good movement from Renna, though. In all fairness, that was really good because she got the kill, which delayed them slightly because they had to get the res. So Chosen Sin wasn't as quick to get to mid, and then she could get that kill quite quickly. So that was really good ballsy play to engage on 2 players, but she knew she could get the kill, delayed them, and that was very effective in them holding midpoint.
Oh, it's gonna get a bit difficult for them because if they reach 350 with that 1 cap, and now the double cap coming out, we actually see the red team converging onto that midpoint and leaving Waterfall. They did lose the cap anyways, but with keeping that contested, they would have had 350 when the blue team hit 450 just about, and that's still enough time for a Lord Rush.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I wouldn't favour, if both teams were going to go for the Lord Rush, I wouldn't really favour Salt in that kind of predicament. To be fair, they've really got they haven't got a lot of damage. A lot of the time, the reason they're winning these fights is because they're so long. The blue team have to use a lot of cooldowns to try and get some kills here. They've got 2 Shoutbow Warriors, which is a pain in the butt. We've seen that actually used a lot more now, 2 Shoutbow Warriors for quite a few teams, including Orange Logo actually. Guns and Tools going down isn't going to be a great thing, but they're still able to keep contention on this map. Amsterdam is suffering though. He's really under pressure. If they can get him down, that's going to be a big boon to them coming back into this game. But it's really late in the day with the 2 cap. And surprisingly enough, red team, who is on the blue team, are actually probably going to win this and sustain the map even with 4v5.
Yep. And Renna actually really good in terms of his 1v1s with Chosen.
Yeah.
Just winning them straight up. Just almost went out with 100% HP out of that 1v1. Picked them off at the side and really consistently winning those. And that is one of the big aspects that is giving them the benefit in the team fights. I mean, we still saw a couple of surprisingly quick kills coming out from Salt. That wasn't quite enough. They managed to get it to 350, but Lord Rush just wasn't in it.
Yeah. I mean, I did enjoy that though. I did enjoy it a lot. It was like nice play from Renna on a lot of occasions actually, and even blue team able to keep that. Just those decisions, like those little decisions to take someone down, even if you know that. I like that straw poll, by the way. That was good.
What's the straw poll?
Who will win? Red team, blue team, Salt or red team?
Oh God.
You cheeky. I'm going to say the blue team. Let's check the results now. Oh, blue team thinks there's only 4 votes for the blue team at the moment.
I'm going to pick red team.
Okay, fair enough.
No, nobody's picking Salt. I think that's actually not because, well, Salt is the only option where you can lose.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, the odds are in blue team as well. So just pick red team and you're the winner.
Well, blue team isn't technically a loss because they're red team and playing on the blue team. You got it right the first time, Nick.
No. No? Blue team is a potential loss. Potential, because if they were to lose 2 rounds in a row now, blue team wouldn't be right. Red team is right in any case, no matter what happens.
Right, getting confused now. So let's not talk about that anymore.
Discussing this?
I don't know.
Okay.
The red team who are playing on the blue team are doing a good job at the moment. as we go back into the map. Temple is going to be maybe the final map of tonight's ESL Weekly Cup. Thank you for joining us as well.
It might be, but Temple always a bit of a gamble. We very often see that teams just can't handle those 5 objectives at the same time when it comes down to the 830 buff.
Yeah, that's very true. And we saw actually how much like the red team, you know, kind of that split that they did was just, you know, it was better so that they could really own the map. You know, they took it home to their team. They won the day, and now they're here in the final of the ESL Weekly Cup number 81. 81. Wow.
Although actually blue team would still be a win because the tag of red team is blue team.
Thanks for making it even more difficult, mate.
I confused myself. That didn't make sense. Cut that last statement. But now we're going to go into the lead, potentially last game for today. On the red side, we have not red team. It's Salt. On the blue side, we have red team.
We do indeed. As the confusion carries on. But what's happening over here at the moment is not great for these guys at all. We saw Stack Patterns going for the rush, knowing that they weren't visible as well. Was either going to be a death for him or a death somewhere else, and that's what happened in the end of the day. And unfortunately, he is going to be taken out quite early, and that's going to negate a really, it's going to be really tough, especially losing that support mid. And Chosen Sin is just trying to get out of any cleave. Good job from him. He's able to dodge that and actually use that withdrawal and get back into this fight. So got lucky there that they didn't cleave him out, but fortunately for him, he's able to survive over on the midpoint.
Oh, him and Renner just walking past each
other. Oh, the burst!
Has to disengage anyways, Carver down on the side, and that's already a really big loss. We see Stack Patterns actually with a good move, getting their close node back after the respawn. Although no, that's the far node. So they're on the side points at the moment, and with the support that is at their disposal, Salt might actually just want to outer point Zerg this.
Yeah, I mean. Still, I mean, they haven't really changed much up, have they, these guys? It still doesn't feel like it's working for them, this combination. They need more damage. They really do.
Yeah.
They really need more damage. One of these Sharbo warriors, or even the Staff Elementalist, is going to have to be dropped from this team, because I just don't think it's working for them. Although they did get through Rom's not going to sail, we didn't watch that game unfortunately, so I'm not sure exactly what happened there. But we've seen it every single time we've seen these guys play. They have a big problem with getting people down.
Well, actually, in the last game, not that
wasn't too bad. Yeah, that was better, but they still split like in a really random way over on Fofi. You know, not having one of those Sharpo warriors in their team fight was pretty detrimental.
The double cap comes out. We see a bit of a skirmish going on. Quick kill on Naps, but that's a 3v3. Oh, actually, Renner can't go for the rest there. Renner potting all over the place. Wait, didn't we just have Curve here? No, I must have... Oh, I think he teleported out because he wants to go to the side node and make sure.
Renner needs to get out of this really badly, yeah. Oh, Chosen Sin, almost! Vampirism Room Block and also Stealth helps Renner survive there, and Curve, that's really good. Knowing the Stealth coming out at that time was a good combination to keep him back in this fight, but Renner is still very low, so Chosen Sin might be looking out for her, although Chosen Sin is going to go for the +1 over on the altar. So Chosen Sin really moving around the map and +1ing in situations. His movement is very good at the moment. It's a lot better than we've seen previously in the last game, but you know, Renner was doing a fantastic job almost to counter him, so didn't have much potential to move around the map. So Carver's again in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to have to bail off the node just to regenerate. It's going to be okay though, as he tries to get back on point to actually get something out of this Temple fight in the end.
I have to say I'm not really that sure why they're going for the attacks on 2 nodes right now. I mean, being on the outer nodes, okay, I get that, because now we actually have Stillness coming out, and no one bothers to even have a look at that. That's just up for the taking.
Oh, maybe they feel like if they pull out, they're really going to have a bit of trouble in these team fights.
No, they have to.
Yes, the Stack Patterns are still going 1v1 versus this Engineer. It's just, there's no point. There is no point in that unless he gets the kill, and by the time that's happened, they might lose the team fights elsewhere on the map. And if they're going to focus 3 nodes, then fine. If he's got a Fear Me and he thinks he can pin him down, then okay, cool. But that hasn't happened yet. Still full cap, really, almost on Temple. And he's so off the node that he's actually going to lose any decaps that he's got because you're against an engineer. Carver having a few problems as well towards Stillness. As we see Curve potentially picking up that buff. Should be a little interrupt here. Knight Jr. is going to be able to interrupt that and bring out the banner to raise Carver. And this should be a good situation for them if we have the knockbacks and also maybe a Fear Me. Although Carver is going to leave.
This has comeback potential. I think they should now really quickly commit to that Stillness buff, get that, and have the double cap and then basically quadruple cap. Just to make up for the lead that is already there for Red Team.
Yeah, indeed. We have actually... we've seen Carver going down over on the Temple node here, which means Constantors is going to solidify that node. It's going to be a good time for the engineer to get involved in that fight. With Amsterdam going down over towards the other side of the map, that's actually going to be... should be a 2v2 now, at least, in terms of going for that Stillness buff. And we have had the obvious even kills on this map. But still, you know, I've got a bit of a lead. We did see Salt losing that mid cap, unfortunately. But also, Renner is going to come in for the damage, as well as Napsor onto Honey. Should be able to get her when she's run out of cooldowns, which has just happened. And she's not really got a lot of achievements to go into. She's got Earth for protection, but she's not going to get... Oh, she's still got a lot of buffs up, but she's gone into Vapor Form there. Is she going to get some support? She is. She's going to be okay. Good job from Carver and her to switch into that water achievement when she needed to get that support. And good job at sustaining over on that point.
Important decap right now from Chillinson coming out over on that Temple. That's going to make up for a bit of that lead. But I think Stillness is still the big issue right here.
Yeah, they're just hovering around it. No one's really getting it at all. Guns and Tools going to go for the damage onto Chosen Sin. He's not going to be able to get that at all. And even Knight Jr. there over in the distance trying to fight with Chosen Sin to a degree. They took out Renner there. Renner a little bit being very pushy. But while they're trying to get those guys down, they're ignoring the fact that the point is about to be taken. Napsor just took Stillness with 3 members right round the point. No one going for the damage on him.
That might have been just the chaos of that team fight, but they're doing well on the rest of the map.
But they've lost it.
Look. They're getting nothing off it. We actually have the next Stillness coming out right now. Tranquility down below. We have 2 people dropped down there already. I think Amsterdam definitely a good choice for that.
That was perfect, actually, to be honest. Up top, that's exactly why they did that
and
now.
Stack patterns. Just in time for that altar. Now they can completely negate Stillness.
Good job. I mean, it was actually a good decision in the end. You know, that's exactly the reason why they didn't go for the Stillness in the first place.
Yeah. They got the cap back now. Mid cap at least, but Stillness not helping them anymore. That was completely wasted then. But next Stillness still there for contention.
Jesus, this guy's playing in a horrible position down the bottom. Sorry about that. Go on, keep going.
No worries. Got the double out point cap now coming out, and they're slowly but surely making up for what they've lost earlier. They just need to be careful not to split themselves too thin. We already have Curve Alley trying to get the decap, but Stack Patterns is on him, and Renner is kind of the person to get the decaps on the sides now. And actually double decap. How the hell did that happen over on Altar?
If we go back over to that part of them, actually, are we still playing around in Tranquility as well? We're still hanging around with these guys. Oh look, we've seen the +1 coming out. Chosen Sin and also Carver going down for the kill onto Amsterdam. Should get that. Any more
position for the kill.
Yeah. They just gave up they gave up some nodes there to go for potential Tranquility. Guns and Tools is going to have to use a lot of cooldowns quite early on. He's going to interrupt that as well. Carver stopping the channel knowing that that's going to happen as well. Sorry, the auto, which is what you're talking about, just being recapped by Stack Patterns now as they start to dedicate more people to these buffs. Knight Jr. trying to go for that Stillness there, but Napsor, of course, trying to negate that. We've seen a kill down below as Amsterdam obviously still down from earlier as well. getting support coming down, but blue team still have a member down at the moment, so it needs to be careful down here. Chosen Sin's doing a good job at kiting around, but he's actually going to go back up top.
Oh, that's a good move.
Is he going to switch down? Did he switch with someone? He switched with Stack Patterns. Good job. That's a good rotation.
Who cares? He's going to get the decap over on mid, and that might actually be the... No. Oh, he needs to commit to that.
No
they're
way.
They're going to lose the altar there. Amsterdam is on there, but he sees Renner and he wants to get the first engage. That's really just where a Thief 1v1 is almost decided. Whoever gets the first one, and that seems to be Chosen Sin. He got off. There we go. Vapor Form already 283 HP, and he's trying to pour it out, but a bit of a short bow attack there makes an end of that.
Yeah, at least, you know, blue team, they didn't completely go... Oh! They just stopped the stillness onto Honey there as well, over on the mid, over on the stillness, of course. That was a good job from them to make sure that doesn't happen. And now we're seeing stillness come up again. So stillness has been lost now. We've only lost stillness once, because we did see the first stillness pick up. Tranquility is again popping up in another 2.5 minutes or so, but it hasn't been taken for the first time. No one's really... It's just going to be a full-on fight down here. I'm so glad we took Temple as a second map, because it's quite exciting at the moment. It's sort of trying to go for the mid... trying to still go for that still. Oh no! Oh, the immobilized on Knight Jr. in mid-air as he tries to jump across the hole there. Means that, you know, two members from the red team will be able to try and take out Honey here. That's going to be a good job. And Napsol's just going to go for the decap because they need to, because Chosen Sin is being very effective on the map. And Renner is in a 1v1 over on the midpoint now. Oh, that's not great for her.
That's not going to end well, even if he were able to win that.
Maybe Napsol
should have wasted so much time.
Should Napsol have gone to mid there to +1 that, get the kill maybe?
Maybe. Well, it's still good to get the side note decap, but I think Renner could have probably done that.
Guns and Tools is in trouble there on the side. Red team, oh, we're going to see Salt take the lead here as well, just by an inch as they get the 2 cap. Are we going to see blue team actually focused now on trying to get this stillness buff to bring them back into this? We're not. We're just going to see this still the 1v1 down over there. Guns and Tools is going to go down here. Unfortunately for those guys, they need some support. They're not getting any kills now. And actually sort of been able to... Where I think this comp is actually probably better just on this map because they can sustain different areas like they currently are. And their rotation is a ton better than it was on Fofire, to be honest.
There's not that much possibility for a kind of botched up rotation.
Yeah.
Just because you have someone who can sustain everywhere. It doesn't come down to the big team fights that much, although at the moment down here... Oh, Napster trying to be sneaky. That's not going to happen. Chosen is right on that. Maybe a bit over-focusing curve there. Renner coming in from the side. But the double cap will just carry them to the win.
Yeah, I mean, this is not going to help them at the moment.
Someone needs to split there from red team.
They need to force split them. They need to force split them on like almost 5 positions now. I think that if blue team just split across the map, they might have a bit of a better chance. Okay, they'll get Tranquility, but they can at least get the decaps, and it will take a while for Salt to take them back. But still, you know, the full point caps across the map. We can see stillness. No! Oh, Honey! From out of nowhere! Honey comes down, trying to take that stillness. But Chosen Sin is going to decap again. Look at this beast. Chosen Sin is playing out of his skin in this game, getting so many decaps and almost full recaps. So as soon as blue team get the advantage here, not able to capitalize on it. And Napsor is very low himself. He doesn't really have many cooldowns.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen a complete rotation of that stillness trank. We are back at stillness trank, and nothing has happened.
It's actually kind of interesting how much this has really gone against blue team. Yeah. Like just congestion has screwed them over completely. Not able to rotate around the map because they're so thinly spread as well. In these 2v2s or these 3v3s down below, that they're just not able to win because they just can't get the kills. And over time, they've been out sustained in terms of damage and support.
Yeah, actually, I can't remember the last battle standard.
No, neither can I actually, unless we missed it. We've been so over the map. They need a decap mid. Stillness is theirs. The red team are going to pick up this win here for sure.
Chosen is trying to get that altar as well. Not even really necessary anymore because of that midpoint in combination Stillness will carry them to 500 points, making it a 1-1, and we're moving on to a third map.
Oh.
Oh.
That was a long game, man.
Yeah.
That was a very long game. Okay.
You very rarely get to see the second tranquility on this map.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it's just so warm. So warm. Guys, get over the water achievement thing. Get over it. It's fine. I'm looking at chat. It's so damn warm in this room at the moment. I am not doing well. I need my fan on, but it's just so distracting. It's so distracting.
Yeah.
So at the moment, we are looking at a 1-1. We are looking at going to the final of this ESL Weekly Cup, and if you make comments like that, I will ban you. So let's have a look and see what we think exactly is going on. How do you think? I actually think this map is going to be probably more in favour of Red Team, actually.
Well, more than Temple, yes, but
Chosen Sin was being a beast on that map. He was doing a fantastic job with decaps, especially on the side nodes. Even the mid, when they were all busy around the map, he could just nip out of that because they could contest so much that, you know, he could do that. He could just nip out and get the decaps. All good.
Yeah, he can. And I have to say, I mean, Salt is kind of a bit ahead when it comes to these split up team fights, and we know it doesn't have to happen on this map, but it's definitely more likely to have a proper 3-point split of teams on this than on Fire.
Okay, let's ask them to ready up. Yeah. I still don't like sorry, I'm just thinking about their comp, and I just brain farted for a second. Just how that map is really advantageous, and even for something like, you know, even Stronghold, that with this comp wouldn't be so bad. But I don't like it on the rest of these maps, these conquest maps where we need more damage to get these fights. They feel more team fight orientated. You don't have to contest so much stuff, so you don't have to worry about your splits as much as the Temple, because you've still got 5 objectives to actually carry. You still got to worry about them, of course. But you
now
know,
we can see for ourselves if this is going to work out for Sword, as we are in the last map for today. Definitely, whoever picks up this win will be the finalist for today's Weekly Cup. Is it Sword on the red side? Or is it going to be Red Team? Who are the blue team?
Oh, we're going to see the first downs of, I was going to say down, but Guns and Swords and Chosen Sin here going down. Renner, he's trying to go for the res. That's a good decision, actually, especially with Chosen Sin in the down state. If you get the get the engineer back up, that's a great decision. Good decision from those guys. If you didn't get that, it was a good decision. As we go over to mid, we got 1v1 Honey versus Amsterdam here. She gets a nice knockback off point, getting herself a few caps there as well. Try and get that earth wall block up, and going over to the mine as well. Curve versus Knight Junior. We've got not too bad of a red team split at the moment, but that double down situation unfortunately just went into control of red team, who were able to take that and get the extra kill off. When I say red team, I mean of course the blue team on the map. Renner!
Yeah, this first kill really didn't work out for red team here.
Guns and Tools is going for the kill.
Chosen went down. Oh, Renner's going for the self-res on the side because, he's pretty much being ignored.
No! Carver! Oh, too much. We can see the banner from Stack. Yes, indeed, from the side.
Now a bit of damage. Want to interrupt the Renner res, but we see 2 people helping now, and that can't be interrupted, at least not with just damage. Need some CC on that one. First cap picked up by Saul right here, and they're keeping them busy there. No one's bothering to go for the henge cap, actually. Guns and Tools going to that now, which means red team stalls actually has the advantage on that mid fight if they want to take it.
I love how we keep having to say that.
Yeah.
Just in case it sounds like we're making a mistake. Carver now moving back towards the henge point. Actually moving the blue team quite well between these nodes is giving them a point advantage. A very small point advantage, but it's happening.
What is Chosen doing on the side? And now, oh no, Carver's basically telling them, Hey guys, do you want to have a look over here? Chosen's trying to be a ninja. He pulled them to the point. He might have actually gotten the sneaky full cap there.
Chosen being a bit of a dude there. All caps taken at the moment on the map. Knight is gone and grabbed the mine node. Let's have a look over on the mid. We've actually got two 2v2 situation. Only has to go off point. Stack Pattern's having a couple of problems. But here, again, they're actually using this quite well now. They're rotating quite well around the map so that they can contest the points, keep them contested. They've switched the 1v1 from mine to mid, but now Knight has to actually move back over towards there, and they're using the more damage-orientated characters to move around the map. Still getting some support from one of the Sharpbow Warriors here, but you can see that Carver and also Chosen Sin, they're actually being quite effective in this team. Having that Engineer and Thief together at points in time is very beneficial, as we've seen with also like a Texby kind of Helseth situation where you've got the Mesmer and the Engineer as well. Somewhat CC Lockdown can really, really be good at using that Thief to its full potential.
Yep, that is kind of where you want to find your burst spikes, properly situated in some CC, and Renner is gonna really feel that right now. And after trying to go for the hard rest, but always difficult on Thief. He actually manages to do it. Who dropped the supply crate there? That was Carver, just a tiny bit too late to interrupt that rest.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are going to see that. Yeah, Napsorg is going to be taken down here. Going to see the knockback coming out from Napsorg. That's not going to help him in the end. Tons of cleave in that funnel position is going to mean that they're probably going to lose out. But they are going to keep the cap 4 now as Curve goes on to goes up towards mid, trying to +1 really in a fight where they're just going to keep it sustained, and probably where the most teams, well, people are going to start to regroup and maybe try and back up that point over there. We've still got the 1v1 between Knight and Guns and Tools here. It's not too bad for him to be in this situation because obviously it's his node, so he's good to stay there, but Guns and Tools should get the decap quite soon, if not the kill. That's the only problem about that situation. Now the problem is
Napsa wouldn't even have to +1 that, I feel.
Red team, well, I don't know why Saul didn't +1 that fight a little bit earlier, because they had the kill. If they'd +1 that fight, they could have got the kill onto Guns and Tools as well. But Knight Jr., yeah, he is unfortunately down. They could have supported him a bit better over on that point.
This is going to converge onto the midpoint. Honey and Curve on the 1v1 there, but that's not going to stay like that for long. Although Renner might be trying to take out Chosen on the side there if he really goes for the engage. Made a quick 3v3 out of it.
Yeah, indeed. We're going to see that 1v1 happening again. This is where I wouldn't. I'd like to see Knight Jr., but he's going for it anyway, trying to get the decap over on the mine now. Maybe getting it ready for potential +1 from Chosen Sin if he chooses to go over there while this fight is sustained over on mid. That would actually be quite a nice idea.
If Chosen chooses to do so.
Oh, if he chooses to. Renner again, getting quite involved there. He's going to go down. A little bit of a dodgy situation to get yourself into. Unfortunately, no res coming out for her, although does port to a nice position, kind of away from those guys. And then we do get the banner coming out, which is going to raise her, but drop her almost instantly. So unfortunately, that banner is going to be wasted.
Oh, and Napsa.
Napsa
committing to the res just a tiny bit too much. Also getting loads of damage, but puts down the Ring of Warding. You can kind of escape from the worst of it. Now Amsterdam and Curve are able to tank this for quite a while apparently, and Naps is just running back and forth but his end shall come. Down he goes.
Guns and Tools has to move over towards the mid as well because they are starting to lose people. They need to keep this cap to stay in the lead at the moment. Of course, Knight Jr. will be respawning soon. He's not dead yet, so he's got another 15 seconds or so until he comes back into the map. So we are going to see Blue Team try and sustain this point and even get a few kills there in this situation that they're currently in. Should be okay. Napsor will go for a rotation over towards mine by the looks of things. Oh no, he's going to go to mid and Guns and Tools is going to move to mine. They need to make sure they actually sustain that respawn that's happening so that they can keep that back point. Renner is going to go into the downstate again over on this node as well, but actually Blue Team are sustaining quite well and keeping this point, but I fear it will be ending quite soon.
Junior, are you sure?
Is he going for
sure you want to do that again?
He's lost that 1v1 already.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, he needs to stop.
And then once he got +1.
It's not too bad because they, you know, Yeah, I don't like this decision at the moment. Chosen Sin going down as well over on mid is not great for them, because then they can even back up that point. We've got a lot quicker and just get that kill over on Knight Jr. Knight Jr. is actually, Guns and Tools did actually have to leave the point. So Knight Jr., eating my hat now, did do a good job over there. I did miss to see if there was a +1. I believe it might have been from Chosen Sin, because Chosen Sin has wandered off, and I don't think we saw him there for a moment. I did miss that, unfortunately, so maybe that's why that's happened. And Guns and Tools, under pressure, able to keep the point consistent to a degree, because Knight Jr.
still alive, and we see the block coming out for the for a couple of bow shots.
Needs to be careful, though.
Now he's back up. He's back up.
Yeah,
doesn't get any fall damage. That would have been the instant death.
Honey was just trying to come onto in there as well. He's going to get taken out by a combination of Honey and also more Chosen Sin. But they're trying to get... Oh, God, there's tons of damage around there. I need to get out of that angle. That's horrible. Napsal now trying to move over towards the midpoint, as well as Amsterdam to back this up. Now they've actually pushed over to Henge and getting that decap, and then we're actually going to see stack patterns as well, trying to get that point consistent, stay on the node, if anything. But Curve's going to come in, which means he can go on node. Renner can actually go off to focus on the damage on stack patterns.
Yeah, but at the moment, it doesn't really look like
he's... mid-cap D.
What?
Mid-cap D-cap.
Oh.
Just said mid-cap D. I don't know. That's a new one. That's a new one. I like it.
Mid-cap D.
Going with it.
Okay, so then let's go with that. Renner rather deciding to that the mid-cap has more importance. If that should actually the 1v1, I think, might be going in favor of Salt here. Because with that, well, maybe not, maybe. No, not really in favor of anyone. Let's just say long 1v1 on the neutral point. The midpoint is going to be interesting. And we see a 3-man stealth up. Are they going to make any advantage engage out of that? Can't really. Renner on the side, just trying to pick a target. Can't really decide.
They're going to lose as well over on the hand. Oh, Napsal's going to come in. If he can pick up Chosen here, he should get that kill. Where's Napsal? Just need to get Napsal's perspective.
A good pin down there on Renner right now from Knight Jr. That's going to negate the decap attempt. Renner moving
Carver
back.
though.
Oh, okay. Carver just kind of ran to Renner to get stomped. Oh no, but actually the Battler Standard bringing him back up. To the back of the game and teleporting onto the point, keeping it neutral. So they're slowly going to gain this lead again. Just 20 points ahead at this moment. But that one cap will just carry them to the win. At the moment, it's still possible to turn this around with two creature kills.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, with the length of these fights going on around the map, maybe these skirmishes are working. You know, Knight Jr. going for the mine is actually kind of working to a degree. Like, with Chosen Sin able to go for those +1s at times, maybe that's what they need to rethink. Like with their temple, the way they play temple, Chosen Sin bailing out at the point, out of the fights, out of the team fights, he could actually get those decaps and kills elsewhere. So because they can fully sustain. So that's what he's doing now. He moved over to mine to get the extra kill on Guns and Tools, and as soon as they did that, they've really come back into this game. They've picked up the lead now, and it's really a struggle for Blue Team to pick up a node. Just as I said, that Curve does get the henge, of course.
But still the lead, and it's actually only 4 minutes left on the clock, so if they keep that mid-node contested, and just keep it in this way, I think it would be a bit risky for
What? I was just like, why are they letting stacking patterns just run to henge and then Curve and Napsal just ran straight to mid? I was like, okay, and then Curve did just move back there. I was a bit, that's very confusing. Why did that happen? Anyway, we've still got we've got 2 cap coming out for Salt now, and they are really starting to steam ahead. Amsterdam as well going into Vengeance there, unfortunately, isn't going to help their situations. We go over towards the mine node. Guns and Tools now will be looking for this decap. If he can get it, that of course will be very awesome for the situation. Does get a couple of nodes free as Knight Jr. is wandering off node there. Obviously staying off point as well is good in terms of going for an engineer, because you don't want him to get decapped straight away as well. Although Guns and Tools doing a nice combination with the 6 shoes there, as well as that jump shot combination with that throw wrench to try and get the good jump up onto Knight Jr. as well as Knight Saw coming into the point now, getting the block up just as Carver does use those slick shoes, and now Blue Team are initiating a big team fight. That is good. They need a big team fight. That is where they're going to win this, in my opinion, because they can get those kills over time rather than having those small little fights over on the sides.
Yeah, those small fights were really playing into the hands of Salt there. He had it split up quite a lot, and actually the engagement there on the Henge. Now he left it. Oh, and Curve is doing good work on that mid node, trying to get that decap on stack patterns. First down, however, Napster, so really just the amounts of support are paying off, and Chosen seems to be enough damage at times.
It's just interesting how this has completely changed up. Like, first game, they were having some problems. I really think that was down to their rotation, maybe, from Sort, and they actually seem to be getting used to this combination a lot more in terms of their positioning and their team fighting, which is really working out. They're going to get guns and tools down here, and if they get the full team wipe, this is probably going to be the end of the game. Although we have seen Renner now +1ing over on the midpoint, which is probably one of the reasons why they have started to lose that fight over on the mine, of course.
Oh, that's going to be the decap.
Oh, they need to get that kill. They need to get that kill on stack patterns right now. That needs to happen.
It's already a bit late. 1 minute 40 seconds left on the clock. We have the cap. So, no, not really storming ahead right here. Chosen trying to go for the kill of Amsterdam. They need the mid cap, and they need it really quickly, because right now 100 points, that's hard to make up in a minute 20.
They need the decap as well. Now we've got 3 members of Red Team moving up towards mid, so this is not going to be great for them. We are going to see Renner going for the decap. Should maybe get it. Will he get there on Sword 2? Oh! 1 decap point left. Knight keeps the node, which means Renner now has to move around the map again or engage in a 1v1, which I don't think is going to happen. Chosen Sin starting to range down over on the midpoint. They're really close to getting this point. They need to just decap someone off point. But Napsor is going to go down here, which is going to be not great, because they need to come back into this game. And if they kill him, this probably will be the end of this game as well, because Amsterdam
already
is
over, kind of
down and out as well. It is. And Salt,
100-point difference. They can't make up for that anymore. 30 seconds on the clock. We might actually see this run towards the clock, although no, the double outer point cap will be picked up. We have the first G, and there's the second G. Indeed. From Napsa.
Red team wins a capture point.
Awesomeness. Good job.
Did you see that?
Apparently the GG is too strong. That needs to be administered in small pieces. Small pieces of Gs.
I think I'm more surprised, mainly because we've not seen this working from Salt recently at all. And that's no slight on how they are as players individually, but more of a thing where I just felt that this this comp just wasn't working for them at all, because it just hasn't been. But now that was a bit more solid. Yeah, and especially versus Red Team as well.
And we've seen it in the first game. It didn't work.
Yeah, no, their rotations were not very good. Putting the 2 Sharpbow warriors standing over on the waterfall really screwed them over in that fight. That's when that whole game really changed. Anyway, okay, so Salt, congratulations on the win in the ESL Weekly Cup number 81. Also, congratulations to Red Team on coming second, and everyone for participating this evening. We're going to both go now and potentially play games, or go to sleep, or cure our ails. Thank you for joining us. See you very soon. Salute! See you later. Take care, and remember, cake is a dish best served on a plate with another 2 pieces of cake. See you soon. This ESL Weekly Cup has been brought to you by 2 random people.
And the word moist.